Why is it that the good guys feel like they never win? And why do bad people sometimes just seem like they're always getting more and more and more and more? Why do the narcissists win? And I came to the conclusion it's all based off energy. That good guy started believing that he would never win at some point throughout his journey and consume defeat. The average criminal is confident in doing wrong. They show up with their shoulders back and their chest out. They're happy all the time because they know the outcomes that they're going to receive. They're not worrying about not winning. They're not worrying about what they're doing not working out. But that good guy is constantly giving or doing all the right things and is trying to figure out, how am I doing so much right and constantly coming out at the bottom or being mistreated or being hurt? And at that point, they start to take on that defeat, and now they're in a low vibration. So they're constantly wondering, what am I doing wrong? Why am I being treated the way that I've been treated? It makes them confused. And I came to the conclusion too, narcissists thrive on confusion. Stay with me. So when a narcissist can make you doubt yourself or keep you wondering, they gaslight you and keep you in a state of confusion, they get confident about their position in your life. I got them. I know I can manipulate them now. They start thriving. It's like a real vampire. They latch onto you, take every bit of light out of you. All that happiness that you had throughout time, they seen it. Oh, that person got a light. They attach to that light. As soon as you start getting confused, they thrive off everything that you were. And it's the same thing with that good person. They start feeling like a loser and then they become low vibrational. But that criminal or that narcissist or that person that we deem as bad, they feel powerful. They feel like they doing everything right. They never doubt themselves. They show up with power. They show up with confidence. The person that lacks that self-esteem doesn't really know who they are, and that makes them show up as uncertain. They need joy, they need energy. So if you could find a way to stay happy or find a piece of joy throughout your whole situation, you always going to attract more. But a lot of times we get so caught up in feeling defeated or feeling like we're losing or feeling like we don't know what is going to be the next thing or when or where or why. And in reality, all we're supposed to be doing is finding joy, finding peace, finding ease within the chaos. And then we literally thrive. The next time you feel yourself feeling like, I do so much good in the world, but I'm not reaping the benefits or I'm not getting exactly what I feel like I deserve, stop, pause, and gas yourself up. I may not be getting what I think I need right now, but I'm a real good person inside and out. I do right by people. I'm grateful that I still have a sense of love despite all that I've been through, despite being hurt, despite being betrayed, despite being stepped on. I still have enough love in my heart to show up and be a loving person, to be kind, to be helpful, to do right by people. So don't even worry about what's not working. Focus on the fact that you're still a great person regardless of what you've been through. When you exude that energy, when you exude that confidence, when you exude that love, you attract all the good things. And that's when you start seeing the wins. That's when you start reaping the benefits. Once you start actually believing and showing up in a high frequency, you can't let people see you sweat. That's why I don't, regardless of what's going on in my life, I can have $0. I'm still going to show up confident regardless of what I have, when I have it, or what's going on in my life. I know I am a light. And it's not I believe or I think or maybe. I know I have the light. I know I am the one. I know I am special. I know that I'm an important person, and I know that I do right by people. I'm not perfect, and I do also understand that I made mistakes. I'm very self-aware. I always check myself and do self-inventory and check in with myself to see how I can be better. So if you are a good guy or a good girl or a good person, stop getting stuck in those loops of defeat, because that's what's keeping you defeated. Show up with love, show up with light, show up with confidence, knowing that you're doing the right thing, knowing exactly who you are. People's opinions of you is not your business. That doesn't mean that you have to get looped in their projections. We can acknowledge that that person is wrong. We can acknowledge that that person did wrong by us, but we're still supposed to figure out the part that we played and learn from the situation. I'm Chloe Brianna, the creator of Assertive Love, and I just hope that you all got something from this. Learn, show up with positive energy that can bring you joy, that can bring you gratitude. It's all about perception. It's all about you figuring out what works for you and sticking to that. I love y'all. Figure out who you are and become who you're meant to be.